Hello, welcome to For Book Lovers Only. My name is Rob Brown, I'm your host, where we have some amazing authors talking about some exciting works. We have a very special guest today. She hails from New Jersey. She is an author, a mentor, a teacher, a coach, and she spent 3 hours on the road just to come down here to hang out with me. Please welcome to For Book Lovers Only, Victoria Woods. Victoria, thank you so much for coming all the way down here just to hang out with me.
My pleasure. It's my pleasure to be here. I'm excited to be here, Rob.
Good, good. So how was the traffic coming down on 95?
It was actually pretty good.
Really?
Yes, it was actually pretty good. Coming closer into the city, it was a little congested, but
Yeah.
overall it was pretty good.
That's normally how it is. That's normally how it is. So you do a variety of different things. I mean, you're like a Renaissance woman. Tell us a little bit more about, what an average day looks like for Victoria.
Wow, what an average day looks like.
If there's a such thing as an average day.
Well, first and foremost, I like to say, first I'm a wife and a mother.
Okay.
That's first and foremost. And then I am a business owner to where I am a writer, which gives me that authorship there for
Right.
publishing. But I also am a minister of the gospel.
Okay.
So in that, I'm a pastor, so I do a lot of things for a lot of people during the day. But in that, I go out, I preach the word of God, I actually do seminars, so I'm all over the place doing a lot of different things, just being busy.
Sounds like there are not enough hours in a day for you.
Not quite, not quite.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about some of the works that you've written thus far.
Well, my first book is a prophetic instructional manual, which is a book to help everyone to understand who they are. And when I say who they are, to get an understanding of their leadership skill and to help them understand what that means in their life as in leadership skill. So I use it in paramount with the church as well. I help leaders to help them understand who they are in God, what they're called to, but also for individuals to find their place also in the church and as an individual. So that's the first book. My second book, which I'm so excited about, Rob, I'm so excited about that because it is not just for church people. It is for anyone on every scale, meaning if it's a housewife, if it's a business owner, if it's someone that really does not understand who they are, and that book is Your Destiny Awaits You, Find Passion for Your Purpose. And what I do in that book is I try to get people to fully understand who they are, their authentic self, finding out who they are as a person first, separate up and apart from being that to people.
Right.
So that's what that book is about also.
Okay, so I imagine that the books kind of complement each other.
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, the prophetic instruction manual, you said that's focused towards leaders. Is that focused towards people who are already leaders or people who want to become leaders?
Well, it's dual. And when I say that, those that are leaders but may not fully understand what their gifts are, may not fully understand what their talents are. And then when you say those that have not reached that point yet, they don't really know who they are. They may have an idea of what they want to be or do, but don't quite understand. So they find themselves in that book, meaning, oh, that happens to me, or yes, that's who I am, or I have that gift, or I have that talent. So they find themselves in the book.
I see, I see. And where did you get the idea to write that book?
I got the idea about 15 years ago in a vision. I had this vision that God had given me, and I saw this book, and it was illuminated. And he spoke to me, and he told me that I had to write this book. So I had actually the manuscript, which I called a syllabus at that time because I was teaching it for many years before I had actually published it. Because I had fears, like most people do. And so I was teaching it in the churches, in classrooms, and then finally I realized I need to publish this book. So that's how I got the revelation or understanding of that book.
Okay, that's very intriguing. So you're saying that you got the vision before you wrote the syllabus, or after you wrote the syllabus, you had the vision that you need to turn the syllabus into a book?
I got the vision that I would write the book. But then the syllabus came. And as the syllabus came, then that's when I realized this is the book that I have to write.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And tell us a little bit about the writing process. Was it process where you just kind of sat down and took the syllabus and just kind of wrote a little bit every day, or did you, like, what is your process?
Yes, it was a process over years. It was a process over years. I found myself a lot at my computer. I found myself a lot in just journaling. So it began journaling, then getting it into, should I say word,
Okay,
word
okay.
form. And then I found myself, because I've always been in the workforce as an administrative secretary.
Right.
So I found myself, in part of doing other work, I found myself getting little things come to my mind, and I would have to jot things down.
Right.
Or I would have to put it in, in a little box in my Word so I can remember what I could do when I get back home. So it came over the process of years like that, so that I could actually put it all in one condensed syllabus. So then years after that, then that's when I started teaching it.
Okay, okay. And I imagine, do you preach out of the prophetic manual as well? Or?
I can't say I have actually preached out of that
Okay.
yet. I don't think I have actually preached out of it yet. But it's more on a teaching level, because the prophetic is a little hard for most people to try to understand. And when I say that, a lot of people look at it as eerie and strange. So what I do is I try to bring it to the level so every person, even a child, can understand what I'm giving them in a teach or in a seminar. I just did a seminar last February with a woman that wanted me to do dreams and visions, because that's in the book also.
Okay.
So we have a lot of people that have dreams and visions. And a lot of times people don't understand that. So the information that I brought to the seminar really had people wowed, because people dream and they have visions and they're not understanding what they're seeing. So it helped them understand, again, who they were.
Okay. So the prophetic instruction manual helped people to kind of understand their dreams and their own prophecies that were coming to them.
Absolutely.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
And then I see that, was it a couple of years later, then you wrote the book about destiny?
Actually, I wrote the book, Your Destiny Awaits You, just 2015, just this year.
Oh, wow. So this is brand new.
Yeah. And it's really ironic, though, when I got the first manuscript for the first book, that to me was hard. It wasn't that easy. Second book was a little easier. The flow and how it was streamed to me was a lot different than how I got the first book. So I could be on my daily walk, or I can be just in my car. So I found myself voicing a lot, writing, I had scratch paper all over the place and stuff like that. So it was a lot easier to stream that in. So that one I really loved because it was easier. So it's a devotional. It's not just something just to read. It's a devotional to help people, on that downtime.
I see.
For that downtime.
Now, where did the inspiration for that book come? Was that from a vision as well, or?
That didn't come in vision form. That really came from once I published the first book, and how I realized it was easier than I thought it was. You know how we think things are harder than it seems?
Right.
It was one of those moments. So once I got the title, then I got the subtitle. Then I kind of went into, wow, what does that mean? Find passion for your purpose. So I kind of used a lot of my life struggles, a lot of my experiences, and I put that in a book. And when I finally, put those things together, it helped me understand more of why I had to write that book.
I see. And tell us a little bit about one of the struggles that kind of inspired you, that you put it in the book.
Well, one, I have always felt from a little girl that I was an entrepreneur, could not quite put it into words,
Right.
or have the understanding. You know how when you're a kid, it's like, well, what are you going to be? People ask you, well, what are you going to be? I'm going to be a doctor. No, I know I wasn't going to be a doctor. And that to say, I didn't even see myself coming through college, meaning going to college. I didn't think I was college material. So in that, I'm thinking, well, I'll never be able to really own a business because Come on, really? Right. So in that, I found myself, the more I grew, and the more I grew, and then I became a mother. Then I became a wife. He's got his hand up. And as I became those things, I recognized that you're losing your passion. You're losing your passion. Everybody else has absorbed your passion for them and their life. But what about your wants? What about your dreams? What about your visions? What about you? And I started finding passion for my purpose.
So this book inspires people to find passion.
Yes, it does.
For their purpose.
Yes, it does.
Wow, that is absolutely remarkable.
Yes.
So how well received is the book? What type of feedback are you getting from people who are reading the book?
Well, I'm getting a lot of feedback, and when I say that, by it being new, I have not had a lot of people to purchase the book yet, which we're going to get a lot of purchases.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But in that, I've given away some freebies and different times to actually give them a little excerpt of what it is. So the introduction enough is really making it really get out there. And I'm getting a lot of things for people to realize and know, wow, I'm fine. Now I understand what you mean. You're really putting it to where I'm finding out who I am. I'm finding out really what that means for me as an individual.
Right.
So I'm getting some good feedback.
Amazing. Mm-hmm. Amazing. So for the book lovers who are watching this interview that actually want to write their own book, that may have some sort of vision themselves, what type of advice would you give them?
Wow. I would, say to them, walk it out, believe it, know it. If you have a dream, if you have a vision, if you have ever envisioned anything, believe that it can happen. Know that, God will push you in the places that you are willing to go. Fears will be there.
Absolutely.
Doubt would be there.
Yeah.
But you got to overcome fear and doubt. And as soon as you press through those doors of fear and doubt, you're right there at the threshing floor of where you belong in your destiny.
That is awesome.
And your purpose.
Before we go, tell us a little bit more about you have a nonprofit?
Yes.
Tell us about your nonprofit.
That is Kingdom Advancement Ministries Church. It is a nonprofit organization which we form businesses, but we deal with community. We deal with the community branching out in our communities and territories. Again, God has dealt with us to deal with our surrounding areas because it's very important. We have a lot of people that are dying, that are hungry, that are in need. And when I say in need, mentally, and when I say the education, all of those things, they need jobs. So that's our job as a nonprofit organization, to give back, but give back in so many ways to our territories and our community.
Right. Sounds like you're all doing some phenomenal work.
Yeah, we're trying. We're trying.
Sounds like you're succeeding as well. So for the book lovers who are watching this interview and they want to learn a little bit more about you, about your ministry, about your books, where could they go?
They can go to my website, which is www.flowandprophet.com. That is FLOWNPROPHET.com. That is flowandprophet.com. They can even go in and they can even sign my page, leave me a message, send me their email. I will even email them back to let them know that I know that they've been there. They can also buy any of my resources, books, or any other things that that I have right there on my website.
Oh, amazing. And what type of things do you have coming up immediately in the future? I think you have maybe some events coming up in 2016 or?
Yes, well, first in the next month, I have my book launch for Your Destiny Awaits You, which I'm very excited about. And then I have a couple of other things coming up that I can't really mention just yet.
Okay, still in the works.
Still in the works, but we're doing some online classes, and I'm doing in November an apprenticeship class, a mentoring class for those to help them grow. We're going to use the books in that setting to help people to grow in their gifts and their talents.
Great. That's absolutely remarkable. Well, Victoria, thank you so much for being our guest today. We are really excited and happy about the things that you're doing. And please stop by and see us again.
It's been my pleasure, Rob. Thank you so much.
Please come visit us at www.forbookloversonly.com, where you can get both of Victoria's books, A Prophetic Instruction Manual and Your Destiny Awaits. And also, stop by and join the Village at www.villageconnector.com. My name is Rob Brown. I'm your host, and this is For Book Lovers Only, where if you love books, we have a home for you. Take care. See you next time.